Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, let's just dive in. So it has not been a good month for the SEC and our beloved Gary Gensler. I mean, listen, everyone loves Gary. I mean, he's been doing so much good work for US innovation and crypto, right? But nonetheless, it has been a terrible week for Gary and the SEC, as well as the entire month of April. With shots being fired from the left, right, and pretty much everywhere, we have them surrounded. And what will come of this, we have no idea. Because again, a lot of these individuals, they're covered. They're always covered. They're always protected. And it's interesting right now because the entire market, the entire community around crypto is essentially angry now. They're upset. And it's like, I'm questioning myself on where were these people 2 years ago, right? When Ripple just got sued by the SEC. Oh yeah, that's right. They were all on Twitter fudding XRP and talking nonsense about Ripple and XRP. But then all of a sudden, 2 years later, now that Coinbase takes the stance and we've seen so much overreach of the SEC and Gary Gensler, touting his nonsense, now everyone is pissed off. Oh, how the tides have turned, right? Like, the XRP community has been telling everyone about the hypocrisy and the corruption that is bleeding red within the SEC. Yet no one was paying attention. Nobody was taking us serious. Until now. So, yeah, it's another old video of Gary Gensler that has gone viral, which shows him lumping in crypto with cash and commodities, not securities. And he's actually saying 3/4 of the market, well, they're commodities. That seems like a very large amount, Gary. Are you sure you got that right? Right? I mean, like, 3/4 of the market, commodities? I thought the only commodity in crypto was Bitcoin, right? That's what we kept hearing for the last couple, months now. But nonetheless, here's a clip from 2018. We do see this is posted from ZK_Shark. The below clip is from a fall 2018 graduate MIT course called Blockchain and Money. Gary Gensler, the current president of the SEC, was the professor. The hypocrisy speaks for itself. So we already know in the US and in many other jurisdictions that 3/4 of the market are not ICOs or not what would be called securities. Even in the US, Canada, and Taiwan, the three jurisdictions that follow something similar to the Howey test that we've talked about, 3/4 of the market is non-securities. It's just a commodity, a cash crypto. And I ask everyone, what the hell has changed, right? So did the bankers get into his pockets or what? Listen closely.
We already know in the U.S. and in many other jurisdictions that 3/4 of the market are not ICOs or not what would be called securities. Even in the U.S., Canada, and Taiwan, the three jurisdictions that follow something similar to the Howey test that we've talked about, 3/4 of the market is non-securities. It's just a commodity, a cash crypto. So you'll hear debates about initial coin offerings and what's a security and what's not a security. Relevant and important debate. But for 3/4 of the market, it's not particularly relevant as a legal matter, as a regulatory matter.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't even understand why Ripple is still in a lawsuit. Like, they should just throw this case fully out. What do you guys think? Because the amount of evidence that we've gotten on Gary Gensler and the entire SEC as an agency, I mean, from the last 2 years, the XRP community has been incredible, doing a ton of deep research on what's happening. Johnny Deaton, incredible individual, digging deep and finding all of these incredible videos as well. I mean, the Algorand news recently, with Gary promoting Algorand essentially, and all of a sudden going after, like, what is going on? Why are we still in a lawsuit with the SEC? Why does the SEC have any say over this market? Like, this is ridiculous. And then over here as well, excuse me, we do see Coinbase is fighting for all of us. Oh yes, it's Coinbase. Thank God for Coinbase, right? Without Coinbase, we wouldn't be anywhere. If you are a Bitcoin maximalist, NFT artist, DAO contributor, stablecoin holder, or just pro crypto innovation, support Coinbase right now. Forget Ripple. Ripple, I mean, what? Ripple's been in this battle for 2 years. They've been fighting for the entire crypto industry, but who cares about Ripple, right? Coinbase is fighting for us now. You know, the same company that has delisted coins and shut down their lending program to abide by the SEC's laws. But now they're fighting back, right? Now they started to fight back. Like, do you ever understand, like, why, you know, when problems arise in this market and some people are talking about it and all of a sudden, like, everyone's like, oh, well, get out of here, stop talking about that, like, nobody cares, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, it gets so big that almost everyone cares. Yeah, that's exactly what happened with Ripple and the SEC. Now we're at this point in time where everyone loves Coinbase, everyone's supporting Coinbase, but we've been saying forever that we need to come together. No matter if you like XRP, no matter if you like Ripple, no matter what, you should 100% be supporting them in this fight against the SEC. And now people are starting to realize, we do see Ripple is fighting for all of crypto. Coinbase, relist XRP, just do it. Coinbase is fighting for no one except themselves, more specifically the executive level. Be real here. And yeah, I mean, like, listen, Coinbase, they're not fighting for all of us. They're not. All they are fighting for is their exchange, and you know, that's all they really care about. They don't care about us. They don't care about the projects within the space. They want to have these lending projects. They want to have all of this incredible flashiness that allows them to make more money off the backs of those that are utilizing the exchange. I mean, Ripple is literally trying to make innovation happen within the US around crypto, and they're being stifled by the bankers. And we do see over here, did you really expect Hillary's CFO, a $100 million ex-banker who also worked for exploitative for-profit colleges, paid for and fraudulently reported the Steele dossier as a legal expense and taught crypto at MIT without ever using the tech, to be an honest public servant? And yeah, that's the biggest thing that I've been saying. Like, look behind this guy. Look at his net worth. Look at his background. Okay, and then now look at what position he has, and look at what he's been targeting. Look at what he's been talking about. Look at what he's been addressing around crypto. I think that recently the big attack on DeFi was one of the largest things that told you everything around the SEC and their overall motive. It's all for the bankers. They want to have the bankers have control over this market. They don't want Coinbase or exchanges or anything like. Listen, I'm not sitting here saying like, hey, we shouldn't support Coinbase. I think that what they are doing is finally what we need to see. I think that all of the companies that are getting targeted by the SEC need to fight back now. I think now is the best time to do so, because the SEC has never looked so weak, especially with the recent hearings and things like that. But, you know, one thing that we've been talking about is the fact that, like, you know, they want the bankers to be in control. They don't want exchanges to thrive. They're trying to cut off all of the liquidity by cutting out all of the exchanges. I mean, this is a big deal. And also, guess what? The retail sector continues to get screwed. Today, we've seen Binance, or I should say actually yesterday, Binance US has made the difficult decision to exercise its right to terminate the asset purchase agreement with Voyager. While our hope throughout this process was to help Voyager's customers access their crypto in kind, the hostile and uncertain regulatory climate in the United States has introduced an unprecedented, unpredictable operating environment impacting the entire American business community. We are focused on creating a safe platform where our customers can participate in the digital asset economy. So yeah, again, like, we continue to see problems happening within the US, and now we are seeing deals being terminated where Voyager customers would have had access to their crypto. They would have got bailed out. But again, the hostile environment around the US within regulatory issues continues to be a problem. And more investors, I mean, like, I wonder how much the money is now that the SEC has costed the retail sector, because initially on it was $15 billion for the XRP community. But since then, we have seen the retail sector continue to get shafted every step of the way by the SEC. It's ridiculous. And we do see over here, why is the entire crypto industry not outraged by this guy? There is nobody the SEC should be looking at more than him. Nobody. Here we have from Lirziet. And this is talking about Ethereum Joseph Lubin. This is the best guy in crypto, right? Check this out. So he explains it best. Regulatory uncertainty is great so that the SEC Gov can scare competitors of Ethereum. Listen closely to this video.
We certainly need bodies like the SEC to scare many projects straight, to create a context of concern so that many different projects think twice and do their legal homework before releasing a token. We certainly.
So yeah, Ethereum. Ethereum is an interesting project. So it's one of the most beloved projects within crypto, obviously holding a ton of TVL and DeFi. I have no problem with Ethereum itself if it wasn't for people like Joseph Lubin to be behind the project. Because these are people that have not only corrupted the entire space, but have also relied on bankers to protect their business model. And so far, guess what? They have. It's funny when you go back and compare the XRP chart to Ethereum. I mean, you can easily see why XRP was targeted. I mean, XRP was gaining a ton of speed and momentum on Ethereum. We would have flipped it. Honestly, I question on where we would be at today. Would we be at a $200 billion market cap for XRP? Would we have hit 500 to it's questionable. Like $500 billion to $1 trillion of market cap could have easily been achievable. I've looked at it so many times. I've addressed it so many times on this channel as well. Like, to me personally, XRP holders got completely shafted the most. Like, there is so much unforetold damages that the SEC has caused to the XRP holders because, it's questionable on how much money would have been made during the last run up if it wasn't for the SEC. It really is. There's a lot of people that were betting on XRP having a major bull run in 2020 and 2021 that would have ultimately retired them. And guess what? Well, at the SEC, they're just protecting us, guys. Let's be honest. I mean, why would you want to make money in crypto? Thank God for the SEC and Gary Gensler. I mean, they protected us fully. I mean, we've seen FTX and Luna and all these other issues, and now, Voyager customers aren't even getting a bailout, but no, they're definitely protecting me and you, right? And we do see over here, this just belies the absurdity of his leadership. This is Patrick McHenry firing yet again another major shot at Gary Gensler, reacting to his recent exchange with the SEC Gov Terry Gensler on whether Ethereum is a security. It's a terrible regime.
It seems to me that Chairman Gensler wasn't quite clear with you. Is that's a fair categorization of it, that he's not being clear with his plans to regulate crypto and specifically with Ether?
Well, what he exposed is publicly is what he's been doing privately. This whole thing, come on in and talk to me. And then he goes after anyone who comes in and talks to him. Goes after them with legal proceedings. So this just belies the absurdity of his leadership of the Securities and Exchange Commission. He could provide clarity, he could provide consumer protection, and yet he presided over the biggest loss of consumer investments with the crypto fallout over the last 2 years. And he's not done a damn thing to make things better. In fact, he's made things worse and made legitimate actors and taken the legitimate actors and pushed them out of the sphere and allowed illicit actors to run rampant. It is the opposite of consumer protection. It's the opposite of safety and soundness. It's the opposite of capital formation. It is a terrible regime. And what he exposed in 2 minutes with answering my questions is how bad this is, that he can't even clarify one piece of technology that's been long existent and provide some level of thinking around his approach to digital assets. He won't do any of that. So Congress will act. We're going to step in. We're going to clarify this. And it's my hope that it'll be a bipartisan vote and that we're going to be able to make law here over his dithering and over his bad approach to consumer protection, safety and soundness, and capital formation.
So there you guys have it. Boom. Congress is stepping in. So we could only hope that this goes well. I mean, listen, like that's the end case on this. We obviously want to see clarity around this space. I mean, I don't even look. Obviously, for XRP holders, clarity, XRP being cleared, all of that is great. It's bullish for price action, all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, what I'm really kind of looking at, because listen, I'm not an XRP maxi. XRP is not the only asset that I hold. I hold so many other assets. I personally want to see this case put behind us because I want to see this entire space thrive. I believe in this technology. I see where this technology is going. But without the right regulations, without the right approach, without us, having regulations that continue to innovate crypto beyond the means of where we are at now, we won't see this space be successful. We won't. They could easily slow this space down. They could easily cause, unprecedented amount of harm to the space. So we need to make sure that we have the right approach. We have the right idea around where we are headed. Because, again, I love the idea of clarity around XRP and having XRP's price, mature in. But outside of that, I also love what it will do to this entire space. I believe that the power and the potential of crypto itself will truly be realized if we get the right approach. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. This is up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night. If you guys are on this beautiful world, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.